Hello there. You might have been here previously or you might be new here, but either way there's some videos littering this channel on a blue Peugeot 406 Coupe 2.2 HDI. And if you have caught the previous episodes, you'll know that I picked this car up for free and plans are to get it back on the road. Now, a couple of videos ago, albeit some time ago now, we had some running issues and the car wouldn't start. It forgotten its key, so it could have been an immobiliser, it could have been an electrical fault. And the more I was digging into it, the more I was like, oh god, there could be loads of things that need sorting out with this. A running car is one thing when it needs to be sort of MOT'd and put back on the road. A car doesn't run is another thing altogether. But anyway, so I was sort of busy just consulting the 406 Coupe groups and seeing whether this was a known issue with 406s, and it turns out that yes, it can very well be. I think I mentioned in a previous video that in the footwell with the sort of wiring that goes into all the blocks under the carpet, that can get wet. Once that starts corroding, you start getting all sorts of issues. But thankfully it was fine. It was more simple than this. What turned out was the issue was the car didn't want to start with the bonnet up. So I think what was happening was the alarm is triggered by the bonnet sort of sensor or something, so it had to be shut. And also what wasn't helping my situation was that I found out that the lock on the driver's door, I don't have a key for that. I've got a key for the passenger side and the ignition, but there is no key for the driver's side barrel, which was probably changed at some point in the past. Obviously everything works on the central locking as it should do, so you wouldn't even really notice this had you not tried to manually unlock the car. So that was exacerbating things a little bit, because to do a BSI reset you have to have the window down or have someone else with you sort of guiding you through the steps of resetting the BSI unit for the car. But we didn't have to get that far, that was absolutely fine. We've got it started again. I actually drove it sort of up and down to check it out, and it seemed actually all right, to be honest. I was quite pleasantly impressed with it. And what I've done is I've taken a video around the car and bits and pieces that I've sort of slowly started to sort out, ready to get this car MOT'd. I don't think it's going to be this side of the year that I'm going to MOT it, because I've got quite sort of a big bill coming up in the coming months, so I've got to tackle that first before doing anything to do with the car, so they've got to go on the back burner for a moment. But I'm quite confident this car is going to absolutely live on, and I've hopefully got a buyer for it already, which happens to be my friend who's actually got a silver coupe already, so he's looking to upgrade his perhaps to the blue one. I'll take the silver one back as part X or something. But yeah, okay, so let's have a little look around it as it stands today, and I'll sort of show you a couple of little bits and pieces that need to be done, and little bits and pieces, obvious things that I've done myself. So let's get cracking with it, shall we? Right then, first things first, looking just as beautiful as the day that it came down, still nice and shiny and blue. You notice the paintwork is really good on this car. It's one of its crowning features. That needs sorting out for the MOT. It's blowing bulbs there, you can see moisture's coming through, so that's an instantaneous MOT fail and needs sorting. So if we come around the car over this side, got to do some paint work on here, sort of just sand that down a little bit and do a bit of correction of paintwork. Make that look nice again. I'm missing the Freedom badge, but we can live with that. It's not really going to be a big issue for the MOT. If we can sort of open up and have a little look inside. Just turn that radio off a little bit, shall we? There we go, we know that works. I cleared it up a little bit in here. It's looking far more presentable than it was. This is a little bit loose, so tackle that and see what's going on there. Lovely tan leather interior, missing a switch. I'm missing the running board here. Hopefully I can find one of those. Electric seats are working, which is great. They don't actually work on mine. I'll clear that up a little bit. Yeah, they don't actually work on mine, which is a shame. See it cleared up. Right, this door card needs putting back in place. I should imagine when the rust was inspected / sorted last time, door card wasn't put back in place. That's for that little cubby compartment there. So I might have a little look at that and see if I can get that back on again. Yeah, I don't know why that's off. Maybe it's broken off. But yeah, it's really striking in here, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Got your lift up armrest here. couple of cans of Coke. Wow, bonus. Looks relatively... Oh, what sort of era are we... Hang on, is that 2020? Wow. Jesus. During the lockdown, I think those expired. Where you put your skis. Got one of the Starfish wheels on the back there, which I'm selling off, minus the centre caps. Under here would have been the first aid kit. Looks like it's got a report card under there now. I'll leave that in there for the minute. And a block of wood there to hold the bonnet up because the struts aren't working correctly. Just check our passenger side window. Yep, that is doing down nice and smoothly and going up as it should as well, which is a good sign. Don't want any electrical issues on that side of things. And yep, we've got the ceiling part of the window as the coupes do. It's quite often they can forget to do that. I need to get a tyre on this side, I know that much, because this one actually had a flat and I've just put sort of an aerosol inflator in it for the minute. The tyres are not so great on that side, but it'll probably get through the MOT. So, right, driver's side. Purring like a cat at the moment. And the door card on this side actually does need adjusting because it's sort of coming away a little bit. We've got a couple of issues there, so like sort of braking issues, ABS. I think one of the sensors is actually snapped in the front, the wiring, so this is why this is going off. The display's pretty fragmented as they are nowadays. Let's give it a bit of a rev. Yeah, all good. Temperature gauge doesn't seem to be doing much. Yeah. That one's displaying fine on the right hand side here, but left hand side seems to be doing nothing. The car's been on for about 15 minutes. So let's just power it back on again and see whether we can get that to register. Wait for our glow plug to go out. Good, start. Here we go. Yep. No, right, so that bounces back down again. Kind of seems like it knows where the temperature is, but it's just not. It's a sensor issue, I should imagine. Right, here we go. So we've got ABS ESP system is defective. We've got something to do with the brake system being defective. Hopefully that's not the ABS pump. And that's it. It seems to be getting a fuel cap open issue loads as well. That's coming up on the dash. But other than that, it seems to be reasonably sort of tidy here, doesn't it? Oh, little friend in here. You alright? You don't want to stay in here because it's going to be a few weeks going for him back here. Right, just show you the door card. I've had a little mess around with that in the interim period here, and clip that all back into place again. So yeah, the clips do break sadly, so it doesn't like go on perfectly or anything like that, but it's certainly on better than it was before. There's no sort of big gap between that and the body now. So I'm quite pleased with that. I'm having to buy new clips for it, which are quite expensive what they are. And yeah, it's taking shape, isn't it? Next step's going to be booking it for an MOT and see what it needs, really. So yeah, I'll catch you next time. Ta-ra.